Hi everyone. It's Tuesday and it's 11 o'clock. My clock just went off. I would have been here a little earlier, but I had to comb my hair. I realized I put on my makeup, but I didn't comb my hair. So when I took the live picture, my hair was all over the place. I thought, well, you know what? Let me go comb my hair. My name's Dulcie Hill, and I'm hosting this MS Live interaction show. And I want to talk today about symptoms. So on the right, you'll see the chat room. The idea is that you can ask questions and offer solutions to each other there. And Hi, Jacqueline. I got to put on my glasses to read that. Let me see if I can. All right. Oh, I can see. You know what? Thank you, Jacqueline, but don't thank me. Thank God, because I'm not amazing. I'm just holding this forum here for all of us to chat. I think you're amazing. Anybody living with this disease is amazing. So, you know what I'm thinking of? There's drama in my life, and I don't have room in my life for drama because I've got enough with this MS. So I can't. You don't have to participate in every argument you've been invited to, and that it's so important that we just hi there. It's Calvin. I read all about you know what? I know exactly the disease you have, and it is very closely related to MS. And one of my dear friends has it. He's had it for a very long time now. But anyway, so back to the stress. MS is worse because of the stress. We can cause MS attacks just by worrying. I just posted on the Facebook page. There is a Bible verse, and it's in Philippians, and it is Paul saying that he had learned to be at peace in every situation, and I have to. I have no choice but to be at peace. So you got to excuse me today. I'm tired, but you understand that. Oh, Jackie, is it Jackie? Do you go by Jackie there? I'm reading your blog there. I've had it, Jackie, just so you know, I've had this for 34 years or they think since 1984. When the very first medication was approved in 93, I was on it, Sarah. So what I want to tell you is you probably saw the video. There's too many medications out there for your disease to progress. As long like mine, there's too many, and it's in my belief that they are going to have a myelin repair drug that many of us with holes on our myelin are going to be able to take, and it's going to patch up those holes. The problem is that those of us who've had MS so long, they're one of the things they talk about is take here, I'm going to show you here. You got a mouse there, right? And it's plugged into the computer. So what happens is the white blood cells attack the cord there, so the mouse doesn't behave right there. So what happens is that there's going to be a drug that's going to repatch these holes on the mouse, and that's really going to help you, Calvin, too, there. And it's going to repatch that, there, and hopefully there'll be a drug that will regenerate the wire that has been affected. Now, when you have a secondary progressive MS, problem is that this wire has been exposed so long with the little nicks all the way around it and from MS attacks there. And because it's been exposed a long time, now you can have little breaks in that. So now it's hanging sideways there, and for me, it's hard. It's almost impossible without the hip flexor assisted device to lift my leg. So, in the background, I have to tell you something. I have baby chicks there, and that's what you hear. There. Hey, you guys, shut up. I know that's not nice there, but they complain all day. And they have food and they have water. They're egg layers there, and I eat an egg every day on an English muffin there. GBS. What is GBS, Jacqueline? So anyway, you got with chronic progressive, you've had the nicks for so long there that now it's not working so well. So you might be on Gilenya, and Gilenya will maintain. It's now been shown to maintain the nerve a little longer, but the problem is that it just doesn't keep us from getting worse. One of the things that I know, I have a very active aggressive disease. I have secondary chronic progressive as well as relapsing remitting. So I'm on medication to keep me from having an attack. Hi, Steph. 16 lesions in your brain. Steph, you're just getting a good start. I don't mean to make light of that, but I remember in 1994, I had an MRI and I came out, and there's all these techs sitting around and looking at the MRI, and I came walking out, and they'd never seen anything like that, and they're staring at the screen. And I walked up to them and I said, "Don't worry, I'm still alive." I had so many it's like my brain had chicken pox. I had so many lesions in there, and guess what? Just because you have a lot of lesions, Steph, doesn't mean that those lesions will affect you. I had all these lesions, and it's like I only had a couple symptoms. It's good to be on medication because you want to do everything you can to prevent more lesions from happening, more attacks where you find a change in sensation, a brand new change in sensation. That's the difference between an attack and a phantom attack. You want to keep new things that can happen so that the symptoms that you feel during the attack, they don't return, or they don't possibly return when your disease gets old and becomes secondary chronic progressive. There, most people go from relapsing remitting to secondary chronic progressive. So I want to let you know that 16 lesions sounds like a lot, but it's not. I wish I could show you and I could, but I haven't. I don't have it with me there. I wish I could show you my MRI, because if I can inspire you to have a life despite having MS there, then you need to see my MRI there. it just because, yeah, I just because you've got a colorful MRI. Now, I did my crossword puzzle today, um, and I'm doing this today. You know what? Talk about hobbies there. After I'm done this there, I'm gonna go fishing. I'm taking myself fishing because I need to be restored there. Guillain-Barre syndrome. I know Guillain-Barre syndrome. I just didn't. Oh, I'm sorry. Gosh, I'm sorry. Your words are sinking in there. Jackie, oh my God, just to keep food in the house with the 17 and 13-year-old. It's amazing. It is, yeah, I can relate. You being exhausted, it makes sense there. Jackie, did you see my boundaries? I talked about boundaries, and I will always talk about boundaries. There's 3 boundaries that we have to set. Boundaries to protect ourselves from other people who are who are just wanting from us there. We have to protect ourselves there. Second one is boundaries to protect other people from us. When we're hungry, angry, lonely, or tired, we tend not to be nice people there. And the third boundary is protecting ourselves from ourselves. We have to be kind to ourselves. We have to eat right. We have to exercise. I need to do a workout video there, and it's so important that we do this. Those 3 boundaries there. Your supplements are good there, but you know what I've discovered with supplements is that you can take all these supplements that, the acetylcarnitine, the alpha lipoic acid. I have the what you should take if MS on my supplement. You can take all these things, D3 and stuff, and not feel any different. Probiotics, I take them all. Cranberry supplements to prevent UTIs, I take that. But I'll tell you, I do not feel any different. Let's see, fish oils, I take that. Vitamin B, I don't feel any. Hi, Gabby. I don't feel any different. I'm so glad you're here. You know what, Jackie? I in fact, I get a question of Empira. I was on Empira. Oh, you know what? I think I know what you mean, Gabby. You got up for me. I think that's what you mean there, because I read MS there, and and you guys understand MS. You hear what I mean and not necessarily what I say, and that's so important there. You're so forgiving of me. Based on gut health, blah, blah, blah. You know what, Jackie? Gut health is important, but listening to your body, there's a lot of people making $1 million on us where we are easy victims. People say you'll feel better if you eat clean, if you eat organic, if you eat, all this stuff. And I got to tell you, what really works for me is, and I do feel a difference, is eating the way my body dictates. I try to eat more fruits and vegetables there, but every once in a while I don't. One of the things I'm doing is eating a fried egg on an English muffin. Not whole wheat. You can get sourdough. Hey. The chickens are acting up there. Anyway, you know what, Steph? I live in Maryland, Bel Air, Maryland. It's about 25 minutes north of Baltimore. It's a enclave. It's a beautiful area. I love Bel Air there. It is inclement weather. Sometimes it's really sunny. Sometimes it isn't. I was taking vitamin D3, and here's something that's so important. Before you start supplementing, get blood work done. Ask your doctor what you should be supplementing. D3. Now, I'm seen at Johns Hopkins. I was taking 4,000 milligrams of vitamin D3 a day, all through the winter there. And I'm Richard. That's what we're talking about. Do supplements help right now? So, all right, Johns Hopkins gave me a call, and Dr. Mallory, my doctor, and asked me to stop taking D3 because my D3 levels were off the chart. And they can tell what you get from the sun versus what you're supplementing. And they didn't want me to take any supplements there. I love outside. I mean, as if we all do, some sun on your face. All right, the pasta. I only eat pasta, Gabby, maybe once a month there. And the reason why is because if you don't eat pasta, then all of a sudden you eat pasta, you'll discover it ferments in your stomach and it bloats you there. So I mean, I've discovered that it may not bloat you, but we eat foods that may not react right to our stomach, but we have to solely introduce one at a time and remove it. So what you do is, since you're eating, Gabby, pasta frequently, what you can do is stop eating it for a month and find out how you feel. Then bring that back into your diet just once and see what it does for you. Okay, Empira, Summer Lady, hi. Anyway, I'm so thrilled to see you here. Empira, they came out with a generic version. People with MS, specifically me, I'm a sucker for placebo. They told me that would help my walking, and damn it, it did. Darn it, it did. And then what I did is I stopped taking it, and I was convinced my walking was worse. Then I started taking it again, and it was better again. Then they came out with the generic one, and my CVS Caremark only would cover the generic one. I was convinced only the name brand one, plus there was a copay on the name brand one. So let me see, copay assistant. So the name brand only cost $10 versus the generic was something like $80. So you know what? I guess I'm cheap. I'm too cheap because I thought I refused to pay that. And guess what? I'm not working any different. It has been now. I've been off it for about 3 months there, and I don't walk any different there. You have to ask yourself. You have to ask that question yourself. Are you? Is it effective? Now, supposedly, to explain what Empira is, it was invented because farmers used to spread it on their field so that when birds dropped down and they started eating it, what it would do, the powder they would eat would overstimulate their nervous system and fry it, and they die. Well, you know, a lot of good medicines come from poisons. And somebody was sitting there, some neurologist obviously was looking at it and saying, what else can this do? Maybe a small amount of that given to people with nerve problems, including you, Calvin. If you eat that, maybe it'll stimulate your nervous system and your nerves will respond better. Problem is, I wish I did the research on this because, it's top of the mind awareness there. I did the research, but it's been a while since I looked at it. Not everybody responds to the medication there. Not everybody responds to it. And I don't know the numbers behind it. I don't know whether it's 50% or less. I know, I'm pretty sure it's less than 50%, but respond to it. The problem also is that if you take too much of that, in the therapeutic level, it won't help your nerves anymore. It'll overstimulate you and you'll have a seizure. That's a side effect that is on the package. That's why every time you go to renew it, they say, have you had a seizure there? And you're not supposed to take it any more than 12 hours apart. So that is my talk on Empira. Yeah, does it work? All right, what they tell you to do, what you're supposed to do is take your generic Empira and go off of it for 1 to 2 weeks. And if you're like me and a sucker there, that didn't make a difference. I had to physically have it taken away from me. If they gave me, I won't do the generic there. If they take it away from me, then I can know for sure if the placebo effect is working there. So somehow you've got to, you got to be honest. You have to stop taking it and assess your walking there. Richard, I'm so glad it helps you there. Let's see. Do you mean, Richard, do you mean you don't really see any difference? Because I see any difference and I really see, but I think I'm reading MS right there. And I'd say, I think there's a don't should be in there. I think that's what you're saying there. I don't. Yeah. See? Yes. I am 100%. I'm reading MS. That's so good there. I didn't see a difference either. Now I want to say, Summer Lady, do you see a difference? Did you see a difference there? I'll wait for your response. Meanwhile, I want to talk back to the supplements. Alpha lipoic acid. There are studies that show that it reduces the brain shrinkage. It reduces it every year, and that's huge. People with MS, one of the things they discovered is that when they dissect us after, they give us an autopsy. Hear what I say, all right? When we die and we do a voluntary MS autopsy, they discover that our brains have shrunk. Right. What they discovered is that people who took alpha lipoic acid, instead of their brain shrinking 1% a year, and that would be, say you get diagnosed, you lose 1%, right? So you get 99%. Then the next year you would lose 1% of 99%. So that would be not, what is it, 9? I don't know. You do the math. But anyway, it's 1% of what's left over. So it's not 1% of the whole. Hi, Tim. So alpha lipoic acid, the study showed that taking 1,200 milligrams. If you look on msfrontiers.org, look at the supplements. It'll tell you what is really good to take. And alpha lipoic acid is something we all should be taking. Everyone with MS needs to take it. There. All right. I think the chicks want to be on TV here. But anyway, the other thing is cranberry. Hi, Frank. Welcome. Cranberry. Everyone should be taking cranberry. Not just a little bit of cranberry. You know what? All right, I'm going to talk about then. Not just a little bit of cranberry, 4,200 milligrams. I take 2 of those once a day. And that is, without taking cranberry, not cranberry juice, cranberry supplements. If you go to Puritan Pride, they have a very high dose supplement. You can't drink enough cranberry juice, and the calories in that will make you look like I don't know. And mannose, that was a very old study. They thought that it was something that wouldn't allow the it's a type of sugar, wouldn't allow bacteria to stick to your bladder, or it wouldn't allow that. But that's been defunct so far. High dose cranberry, there, men and women should take it, and the reason why is because we tend to get urinary tract infections, and it has nothing to do. We think we've been lied to. And it's true. We're told that E. coli can affect that, but guess what? If we don't drain our bladders completely, it's the old urine that is stuck in our bladder that can develop bacteria. So you're not yucky. Your body is a well balanced of bacteria and fungi, and we got everything going on there. It's not yuck. It's got to be a well balanced there, and the cranberry seems to help that balance, the pH balance there. They show. Here's another thing. You'll notice that if you hi Joanne. Anyway, so we have to work with the pH. They discovered that if you have a sugar binge there, your pH is off. The inflammation is now on you there. You can have a sugar binge, can feed bacteria. Sugar feeds cancer. It causes juicy, and that is wonderful. I think everybody with MS should have. That's what I thought. Have those urinary test strips there, in case you have that. Now, in case you have a bladder infection, the one thing I'll talk about again is that don't take any medication, or any supplements unless you ask your neurologist for blood work, because that what no, cranberry juice doesn't count, because you can't get enough cranberry juice in cranberry. You can't get enough of that in your body. I used to, before I pretty much stopped drinking there, cranberry juice and vodka with a little bit of lime. Oh, it was great. Water there. Vitamin C, Hi, Diana. The problem with vitamin C is that if you're prone to kidney stones, it can help you manufacture kidney stones. So be very, very careful if you make kidney stones there. I can't take vitamin C, and they're telling us with this COVID virus that we should be taking vitamin C and zinc. Zinc upsets my stomach, but I got great news: is that if they've discovered a lot of medications that we're on reduce the inflammation in our body, and it helps us with this, so we don't have many complications of this COVID. I interviewed somebody with the COVID virus. My cousin had this. My stepbrother had it there, and everybody got over it. So I don't know, and I'm so sorry if you know anybody who has passed from it. It's a terrible thing, but that's just not what we're seeing. Here in Hartford County, only 500 people in Maryland, or not Maryland, Hartford County, Maryland, have had it so far. You know what? A lot of times, pumpkin seed oil, flaxseed. If you can take flaxseed, 2 tablespoons a day, that has been shown to reduce your cholesterol, your bad cholesterol, LDL, and it also gives you the omegas, some of the omegas you need. Let me see. Jackie, you got to be careful with boosting our immune system. That's like a catch-22. We take so many medications to reduce our immune system, because our immune system, when you have MS, is almost too strong. Well, it is too strong there. And if you notice, when we have attacks, it's because we get sick. We get over that sickness, and then after we get over the sickness, our immune system needs something to chew on. It looks around and it's like, okay, what else? What else can we eat? And it's bored. So and that's why they give you. That's what Copaxone. They found with Copaxone, it's a nice decoy. If you inject somebody with Copaxone, the way these B cells might go for that, and they found 30%, around 30% success rate there. So that's good. So, do you want to take vitamin C? It's my belief, and I am not the holy grail of anything. I'm just one of you. It's my belief that 100%, if we get 100% of the RDA by eating through food, eating oranges, the flaxseed is good. I'm big on chia seeds or oatmeal. I love my oatmeal once a day. I eat my oatmeal. Eggs, we need saturated fat. It helps our skin. It's we need these B complex. They tell us to take that, but so much of us we tend to overdo it there. Why do we need 1,000% of vitamin B12? We shouldn't be adding B12 to our diet unless we're lacking B12. So we got to be very, very careful of being a victim of marketing there. Turmeric is an MSM that's very good. Turmeric, because it reduces the inflammation. MSM is good at sulfur, and that's because the soil of many of our fruits and vegetables have been stripped. Hey! Sorry about that. They want attention. The baby chicks. Anyway, the soils have been stripped of their nutrients, and that's the sulfur there. So we have to be very. MSM is good. I take Bioflex. I take the generic version because I have arthritis. CoQ10 is a wonderful antioxidant, and everybody's been touting that you take that. I just want to caution you. I don't feel a difference taking it there, and you got to have a lot of money to stay on these things. And a lot of times, you could be honest, is that just giving you expensive urine there. I take a fish oil every night there, and an omega there, and I take a vitamin B there. Magnesium. You know what, Richard, I didn't know that magnesium enhances a probiotic. I did not know. You know what? You're teaching me something here. I didn't know, and I used to be, in that business there. Magnesium, enhances probiotic. I discovered that the magnesium salt sprayed on my leg at night and massaged in. Well, it absorbs. Magnesium absorbs through the skin better than through the gut. So Amazon has it's magnesium spray, magnesium chloride spray. If you can spray that on your body, unfortunately, you got to wash it off if you've got sensitive skin like I do, because I wasn't washing them off, and I end up with bloody sheets because it itched and I scratched and I bled. So I had to do that. So I have to wash it off after that there. You also know that, let's see, biotin. You know what, the research on biotin, it was done in Italy. They discovered that people taking, it was 1,000 milligrams. No, 1 gram a day, and not 1 microgram. Stop it. 1 microgram a day. It was 1,000 milligrams a day. No, 1 gram a day. And what they discovered is that a few people who were on that could see better through optic neuritis. So there was MD103 is a medication. You can Google that. That is based on the biotin study. It was a biotin type of medication there. They have not seen that it has the nerve repair, that it didn't result in as wonderful as the vision, improved the vision there. And it was only a small amount of people that got approved. Let's see. Think about, all right, back to magnesium. So biotin, Tim, I really appreciate you saying that. And each one of us can say, does it work or doesn't it work? But our saying that is anecdotal. It's individual people. And we're just a small sample of people here talking about what works for us. And just because it didn't work for us doesn't mean that it doesn't work for a sample of people. You know what? I understand. I understand. Jackie, if you can afford to take it, then why not? There. Okay. Richard, what works better for cholesterol than B3 is 2 tablespoons flaxseed a day. It reduces your cholesterol. Also, it helps your joints there. Niacin. You know what? And niacin. number is that it's 100%. If you take 100%, or you get it through your foods, get it through your spinach, you get it that way there, then you're in good condition. If you start taking vitamins where they're imbalanced there, that can cause problems. So I'm a big time believer in, if you're going to supplement vitamins there, if you can get a liquid vitamin and no more than 100%. I take a vitamin B complex, but I take a B100 there, and it's only 100% there. I do that. Let's see. Stress reduction. Jackie, I discovered that stress reduction often with me is taking my own personal time out. If I can time out myself, and today, you can get. All right, today I'm going to go fishing, and that is going to be some time. If you can get magnesium oil spray on Amazon.com, where all great things come from there. Let's see. So what can you do? You've got to develop some sort of hobbies. You got to know what you like. With me, pulling weeds, crawling around, pulling weeds. Sometimes that works for me. But today I'm gonna put Richard, that wonderful walker, in the back of my car, my fishing rod, and I'm going to go to Susquehanna State Park and do a couple casts in there and just sit there and be one with God. And it's, I get to detach a little bit there. Let's see, what else? I love how you guys are talking to each other on the right there. What else do you find helps for you? I know I've got to massage my right leg when I go to bed. Unbelievable. All right, that's attitude. Yeah, a prayer. It's actually a 12-step prayer. The serenity. God grant me the serenity to accept the things I can change, the courage to change the things I can, and let's see, and the wisdom to know the difference. Did I say that? To accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. And that is, I'll tell you what, 12-step prayer. The 12-step prayer, thinking about that there really helps. I think it goes so well. Any 12-step program goes well with MS because think about it. The step one is we're powerless over MS, and that our lives have become unmanageable. And you think about Philippians in the Bible, where Paul says, "I have learned to be content, no matter what my situation. I've been, I've had money and I haven't. I've had food and I haven't, and I've had my health and I haven't, and I've been free and I've been in jail." This is what Paul says, and content is a state of mind. It's a state of being. So you think about that. You think about that. And then he says, "I can do all things through God who gives me strength." That doesn't necessarily mean that you can hike a mountain. what it means is that I can do any situation, I can face anything, any difficulty through Christ who gives me strength. I can get through it, because how long are we here? Honestly, how long do we exist? Boy, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry that God knows what we're strong people, and almost like Job, we've been allowed to carry this MS there, to thrive with it, to allow it to make us better people. So you see that I'm talking like that with a smile on my face, because yeah, it's so back when I was diagnosed, after I had it for 10 years, when they started becoming invisible, there are people who were devout who come up to me and said, "You don't let Jesus cure you," and I think, or God doesn't give you more than you can handle. God gives us much more than we can handle, and He does it so we need Him there. And I heard this sermon today, and it was this guy that said, he says, "I think Christians use Christianity as a crutch there," and with some focus on the family. And he says, "Yeah, well, would you use a wheelchair if you needed one?" And the guy said yes. And he says, if you had a broken leg, would you use crutches? He says yes. And he says, well, everybody's broken, and thank God Jesus is the crutch we all have for being broken. He also said, and it was funny, and I'm going to tell you, he says, what is Christian without the CH? It's Ian. IAN, Ian. And Ian's not going to help anybody, but Christ will. And we have to, I just, that made me laugh. But anyway, go to focus on the family. It was James Dobson. He had a British guy named J something, J, and his second letter is J period, and then his last name began with a J also. But just what a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful guy. I like to laugh there. So anyway, you look at me and you say, yeah, we're special. We have MS. We're special because, God allows the people He loves the most to carry the greatest amount of burden, and God made you perfect, even with this disease. There. Anyway, I know I always go back to Christ because that's who I am. But again, this year doesn't matter what you believe in. It doesn't, whether you're a Muslim or Jewish or Wiccan, it doesn't matter, because I believe God works through each of us in a way there. So my goal is to spread the love through comforting you in your disease there, and my disease there. So all right. All right. You give me another topic, Gabby. Thank you. Talk about exercise. How often do you do that? Before the COVID virus, I was doing a half a mile of swimming the freestyle in the pool. I can't, and I was doing that about three times a week, 2 or 3 times a week. And the reason why I do that is because I believe when one door closes, others open. And I think about that because I used to love going for walks. And then when I couldn't do that, I would go on the gym and do the ellipticals trainer. When I stopped being able to do that, I started swimming. And I made sure that the swim coach taught me the proper technique, and I don't use my legs when I swim. I just do freestyle. So I wasn't able to do that. Okay, how often? Because I can't swim, I strap on that hip flexor assisted device, and I go for a walk around the block. It's 1 mile, slow and sure. Remember, raindrops make oceans, and I do this every other day there, slow but sure. I don't, if I use the walker and I lean forward and I push it there, it's hard. It's I don't enjoy it. But if I put on headphones and I listen to a book on tape there, and I lean, I stand upright and I lightly hold the walker and I just walk with the little dog. I do that slowly there. Then I can do that. Remember, raindrops make oceans. Now, as far as weightlifting, I have that it's Sydney that if you go on the exercise playlist, you'll see that it's a weightlifting, 30 minutes of weightlifting there, and you can actually hit pause and do it over the course of an hour, and it's upper body, lifting upper body, and I'm trying to do that every other day as well, every 3 days there. So it's so important for us to lift weights, and what I like about Sydney is that it'll motivate you to go on as long as possible. All right. Did that answer your question, Gabby? All right. Now, one of the things that I will talk about exercise is that it's so important that we stay cool. So we got to dress appropriately because it will wear us out there. It'll wear us out. It can, so we can't get. You'll know that because you'll wear a turtleneck and you'll start doing Sydney's workout, and all of a sudden you want to take a nap there. That's probably because you're too warm there. So don't overheat yourself there. Let me see. Is there? Let's see. You know what, Gina? I'm going to tell you something about that. Self-conscious to exercise in public. Let me tell you something. In California, Brian, my husband, and I used to own a fitness studio, a gym there. I used to teach body sculpting, and I was certified to do that. And me with MS there, I had. In fact, I was sitting there. I had 30 people behind me. I was looking in the mirror, and they're all looking in the mirror, and I had an MS seizure. It wasn't really a seizure; it was a tonic spasm there, where I couldn't talk, and I contorted, and I sat down on the chair. All right, out of 20 now, out of 30 people, how many people noticed? There was one man in the class, and he noticed. 29 women were too busy looking at themselves in the mirror to look at me and what they were doing. So I got to tell you there's a saying, you wouldn't be so concerned of what others thought of you if you realized how infrequently they did. I started wearing t-shirts with coffee stains out. My husband says, you can't do that. And I'd say, you wouldn't be so concerned. He said, you're taking it too far. So I want you to know, Gina, everybody is their own worst critic. Don't do that. You're too self-conscious. What are you afraid they're going to look at you because you're limping or no. It won't happen there. Jackie, don't do a weighted vest. The reason why they say weighted vests are bad is that they tend to be harder on your knees, on your joints. There, you don't do that. What you do for heat, there I've discovered is that there is. Remember the old chamois there? If you get a chamois and you put it in cool water, put it in a Ziploc in the refrigerator there, you can take that and put it around your neck. And that actually stays cool a while. You can actually turn it, and then when it warms up on one side, flip it over, wrap it around your neck. I often wet my hair there because it's easier to. It's actually pretty easy to cool down when you're really hot. Just douse yourself, cold water, turn on the hose, pour it over yourself. There. Let's see. Any other questions? Any other questions there? Let's see. We got 4 minutes left here. And I just want to thank you guys for getting me through the hour. There, I haven't taken anything, but not yet. There. And again, with exhaustion, we can take Ritalin, Provigil, Nuvigil. They have all sorts of medication. Problem is that it drops down. Leaves you really tired. Okay, the cooling vest. I've discovered, in fact, the MS Association will send you. They'll send you a bunch of cooling stuff, and I did a video on cooling stuff, and it's like a water bottle type thing that is on your wrist, a hat, and everything. And I got to tell you that I end up getting hotter. I have the hat on, and as soon as that cool wears off, I'm hot. And I don't feel that way when I don't get panicked when I've got the chamois. So it's scary. It is absolutely scary to be wearing that cooling vest when it's not cool, because if it's not cool, all of a sudden you might as well have an electric blanket around you. I just can't do it. You know what, Gina, the bottom part of your body feels so heavy there. What you have to do, and this just sounds counterintuitive, is that if by any chance you can get some bungees there and weight your legs, and you've got to use them there, so that they do a couple lunges there. If you do lunges, look at my exercise video. Do lunges, do squats, and all of a sudden, your legs don't feel as heavy. When mine feel heavy, there, when I sometimes I'll walk around the block and I'll be impatient with myself. I'll trip over that right foot instead of the left foot. It's the bad foot there, or the not bad. Yeah, I'm not supposed to say is the special, the challenged leg. The one that needs a little bit more attention there. But I'll get just so tired, I'll trip over the left leg. Why is that? Why is that difficult? There, it's because I'm I'm pushing myself instead of just slowing down, taking a break, and then concentrating on lifting my knees. All right, let's see here. Although the clock's telling me it is 12 o'clock there, I got a minute left over. I just ask that God bless each and every one of you, whether you believe in God or not. There, He believes in you. Lord, just comfort these wonderful people. Them to comfort each other, lift each one of them up. to you, Gina and Tim, Summer Lady. I have it written down there. I just love them all, and just comfort and preserve them. And may the peace of God, which surpasses all understanding, keep our hearts and minds on you in Christ Jesus. Amen. God bless you. I'll see you on Thursday in a couple days. Anyway, I'll talk to you soon. Bye. God bless you.